Imagine this. You pour your heart and soul into someone, offering unwavering support, loyalty, and care. Yet one day, they begin to drift away, their words losing warmth, their actions devoid of value for your presence. You feel unseen, unwanted, like your worth has been reduced to ashes. This is the moment of reckoning, the point where emotions scream for retaliation, desperation, or self-doubt. But what if I told you there's a timeless way, a powerful, silent shift, that can not only restore your inner strength but also profoundly transform the dynamic? Today, we will uncover a simple yet profound Stoic practice that will teach you how to rise above the storm of rejection and rediscover your true value. It's not about revenge, proving a point, or begging for scraps of attention. It's about embodying the kind of fortitude that commands respect without a single word. Stay with me as we delve into the path of self-control, resilience, and transformation that the great Stoic philosophers mastered centuries ago. Number 1. Step back and observe the pain. When someone stops valuing you, the immediate reaction is often an emotional storm: anger, sadness, or even self-doubt. These feelings can consume us, making it hard to think clearly or act with purpose. But here's the Stoic truth: emotions are like a fire. If left unchecked, they can burn everything in their path. However, when understood and managed, they can forge us into something stronger. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's great teachers, reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The moment you feel the sting of rejection, pause. Instead of acting on impulse, take a step back and observe the pain. Ask yourself, why does this hurt? Is my worth truly tied to how another person treats me? Or is this pain a mirror reflecting my attachment to their approval? This step is not about suppressing emotions, but understanding them. By observing the pain, we begin to see that it's not the person's lack of value for us that hurts the most. It's our own belief that their approval defines our value. And once we realize this, we take back control. The fire of emotion no longer burns us. Instead, it fuels the process of self-discovery. This practice is what Marcus Aurelius referred to in his Meditations when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength lies in detachment, in recognizing that the way someone values or devalues you is not a reflection of who you are. It's merely an event outside your control. The first step, then, is simple but profound. Observe, don't react. Let the emotion flow through you, but don't let it define your next move. This clarity of thought becomes the foundation for reclaiming your inner peace and self-worth. Number 2, reclaim your focus and prioritize yourself. When someone no longer values you, it's tempting to obsess over why. Questions like, what did I do wrong? Or how can I win them back? Flood the mind, creating a cycle of overthinking and self-blame. But the Stoics taught us that energy wasted on others' actions is energy stolen from our own growth. The second step, then, is to reclaim your focus. Shift the spotlight from them back to yourself. Seneca, the Roman philosopher, said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Time spent chasing the validation of those who disregard you is time squandered on a fruitless endeavor. Instead, redirect that energy toward improving yourself. This doesn't mean adopting arrogance or pretending you don't care. It means nurturing your inner world so your value is no longer contingent on others' recognition. Start by setting clear goals. These can be physical, intellectual, or emotional. Dedicate yourself to learning something new, refining your skills, or strengthening your body and mind. When you prioritize self-improvement, you not only reclaim your focus, but you also create a life that reflects your highest potential. A life that others can't help but respect, even if they initially undervalued you. This approach is deeply rooted in Stoicism's teachings. Marcus Aurelius urged himself to waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. In other words, stop waiting for someone to acknowledge your worth. Instead, live in a way that embodies it. When you invest in yourself, the external noise fades, and you become unshakable. The moment you choose yourself over someone else's approval, you break free from their hold. You reclaim your focus, your time, and ultimately your power. This is not an act of defiance, it's an act of self-respect. Number 3, embrace the power of indifference. One of the most liberating lessons from Stoicism is the concept of indifference. This doesn't mean apathy or detachment from life, but rather a conscious choice to remain unmoved by things outside your control. When someone doesn't value you anymore, your instinct might be to chase their approval or to retaliate. But what if, instead, you chose to simply not care? Epictetus once said, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." What this means in our situation is that we must stop wishing for others to value us and start accepting the reality as it stands. Their lack of appreciation is their choice, not your failure. By letting go of the need for their validation, you liberate yourself from the chains of expectation. This isn't easy. Indifference requires practice. Start small. When you notice their neglect or rejection, resist the urge to respond emotionally. Instead, remind yourself that their opinion of you is just that, an opinion. It has no bearing on your actual worth. Marcus Aurelius captures this sentiment perfectly. You have endured countless misfortunes because you were not content to let reason and the law of the universe deal with them. The universe has its own flow, and trying to bend it to our will only leads to suffering. When you embrace indifference, you reclaim your peace. You stop seeking closure from others and find it within yourself. Indifference isn't about ignoring the pain, it's about understanding that the pain isn't permanent. The power lies in your ability to remain composed, unaffected by the chaos around you. The paradox is that when you no longer crave their validation, you often become more attractive to others. Indifference radiates strength, and strength commands respect. It's a quiet, resolute power that says, "I value myself enough to walk away from those who don't." Number 4, redefine your value through action. When someone stops valuing you, it's easy to fall into the trap of questioning your worth. But a core principle of Stoicism is that your value is not defined by others' opinions, but by the actions you take. Instead of dwelling on their disregard, use this moment as an opportunity to redefine your value through purposeful action. Seneca reminds us, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Craving validation from someone who devalues you only deepens your sense of inadequacy. To break free, focus on what you can control: your deeds, your choices, your contributions to the world. By acting with integrity and purpose, you align yourself with your true value, one that is independent of external judgment. Consider how you can use this moment of rejection to grow. Maybe it's time to invest in your passions or double down on your personal goals. Perhaps it's an opportunity to cultivate relationships that genuinely enrich your life. Each action you take toward self-improvement is a testament to your worth, a silent declaration that says, "I am enough." Marcus Aurelius advises us to act in alignment with our higher selves, writing, "Waste no more time on what others think of you. It is not what they say that hurts, but our opinion of their words. Your worth is proven through your actions, not their words. So, rise above the noise. Channel your energy into building a life that reflects your principles and aspirations." This shift in focus not only helps you reclaim your confidence, but also demonstrates a profound resilience. When you define your value through action, you become untouchable. No one can take away what you've earned through your efforts, and no one's disregard can diminish the person you've become. Number 5. Set boundaries and walk away with grace. When someone doesn't value you, it's vital to recognize that staying in such a dynamic only drains your energy and undermines your dignity. The Stoics were firm believers in the importance of boundaries, not as a means of isolation, but as a way to preserve one's inner peace. If someone fails to see your worth, the wisest course of action is to set firm boundaries and, if necessary, walk away with grace. Epictetus teaches us, if someone is able to provoke you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. Staying in a situation where you are undervalued is a form of complicity. By tolerating disrespect or neglect, you silently agree to let it continue. Instead, assert your boundaries, not through anger or confrontation, but through quiet, resolute action. Let them see that your presence is a privilege, not a guarantee. Walking away doesn't mean you failed. It means you value yourself enough to leave spaces where your worth isn't recognized. Marcus Aurelius offers timeless wisdom here. Do not be ashamed to need help. Like a soldier storming a wall, you have a task to accomplish. And if you've been wounded and you need a comrade to pull you up, so be it. Sometimes the help you need comes from your own decision to let go of what harms you. This act of leaving isn't about proving a point to the other person. It's about proving to yourself that your peace is non-negotiable. When you walk away with grace, you embody the strength and self-respect that Stoicism champions. You don't demand apologies or explanations. You simply choose to invest your energy elsewhere. By setting boundaries and exiting situations that diminish you, you create space for people and opportunities that align with your true value. This is how you transform rejection into liberation, by walking away not with bitterness but with a quiet dignity that speaks volumes. Number 6. Turn pain into purpose. Rejection is often seen as a wound, but for a Stoic, it is a teacher, a spark that can ignite profound transformation. When someone stops valuing you, don't let the pain define you. Instead, let it refine you. Use this moment as a catalyst to grow stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your higher self. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. The pain you feel isn't an obstacle, it's a forge. Embrace it and ask yourself, how can this experience shape me into someone better?" Perhaps it's the push you needed to reassess your priorities, to rediscover passions long forgotten, or to build a future free from the constraints of others' opinions. Pain, when harnessed, is fuel for purpose. The Stoics believe that every hardship contains an opportunity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The rejection you face isn't the end of your story, it's a redirection. Let it guide you toward pursuits that bring fulfillment, relationships that are reciprocal, and a life grounded in your values. Turn the energy of pain into purposeful action. Volunteer, create, learn, or lead. Channel your experience into something meaningful, something that serves not only yourself, but others as well. By transforming your pain into purpose, you transcend it. You prove that even in the face of rejection, you can create something extraordinary. This shift doesn't erase the pain, but it transforms it into a source of power. When you turn pain into purpose, you reclaim your narrative. You become the hero of your story, not defined by others' inability to value you, but by your ability to rise in spite of it. Conclusion: the quiet strength of letting go. When someone no longer values you, it's not a sign of your inadequacy. It's a test of your fortitude. The Stoics taught us that our true power lies in how we respond to life's challenges. By stepping back and observing the pain, reclaiming your focus, embracing indifference, redefining your value through action, setting boundaries, and turning pain into purpose, you transcend rejection. You transform it into an opportunity for growth, for strength, and for self-discovery. This journey isn't about proving yourself to others. It's about proving yourself to yourself. It's about walking away from those who diminish you, not with bitterness, but with quiet dignity. It's about reclaiming your energy and dedicating it to the one person who deserves it most: you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have within you something stronger and more radiant than what troubles you. That radiance is your inner strength, your ability to remain steadfast no matter who chooses to walk away. In valuing yourself, you teach others how to value you. And in mastering your emotions, you become unshakable, a beacon of calm in a chaotic world. Let this be a reminder. You are enough, just as you are. Those who fail to see it are not your loss. They are simply no longer part of your path. And in letting them go, you make space for something greater: peace, purpose, and the quiet power of a life well lived. So take this lesson from the Stoics and carry it forward. Let go of what does not serve you, and watch how your world begins to transform. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.